Hi there, it's me, your friendly neighborhood stroke consultant. So, saw the stroke team. Not exactly. Oh, buttons. Did this on my own. No cheating. So I might be oncoming Amish. So, anyways, saw the stroke team today at RVH. Saw the doctor who saved my life. Like to say thank you. As we met, he said, "Hey, the last time I saw you was a bit of a train wreck," and I'm like, "Yeah, it was." So, yes, 6 weeks ago today. In fact, by this point, or sorry, 7 weeks ago. In fact, at this point, by 7 weeks ago today, I would have had the TPA. My parents were probably just getting to RVH. And Dave, the asshole, had probably returned from his shopping excursion where he dutifully got exactly what I asked for. 1 package wool socks, 1 package underwear, 1 package t-shirts, charger and cable for my phone, some snacks, and pajama bottoms. However, thanks Dave, women's 2X plaid pajama pants. Luckily, I didn't get to wear the yellow ducky pajama pants because they're 1X, but they're bigger cut. So, Dave, I now have body image issues. Thank you again. Yeah, I'm not a size 16. I'm a 12, no bigger than a 12. So he asked me a couple of simple questions. My blood pressure is excellent. Pulse is great. I know exactly how fat and tall I am. He asked me, "Hey, are you smoking?" I'm like, "Oh, fuck no." No. I'm scared shitless. That'll never happen again. What's your secret to quitting smoking? Have a stroke. Yeah. I'm on the scared shitless routine, and I never intend to do that again. Had some lengthy conversations about my situation. So we went through the list, right? And here is the list. I'm trying to be organized about this. So, first thing we discussed was my dizziness. Is that caused by the stroke, the meds, or both? Probably more so the stroke. My speech. I have word recall and finding issues. Now, fancy word for saying you can't find the right word. And that mainly happens when I'm tired, confused, overstimulated, overwhelmed. That's when the stammering and stutter begins again. However, if you get in your Wayback Machine or your TARDIS or almost any one of the Star Trek captains, because the temporal prime directive appears to be like a misguided suggestion, it was bad. So it has improved greatly. Will it continue to improve? Possibly. May it plateau where it's at? Yeah, it's again a possibility. Conversations from multiple directions, still going to be a processing issue. My parents who came up to take me to RVH, thank you. You both let me sit in the back, so you're both in front of me. Sleep, that's the thing. It is disturbed and uninterrupted. We're going to try some meds for that. I might get into that a little bit later once that happens. Because poor sleep quality, unfortunately, does not equal rest. Not being rested starts your day overtired and a bit overwhelmed, and it just turns into a cascading shit show from there. Headaches can be constant at time. Mainly it's kind of backish here. Sometimes it feels like Thanos is kind of crushing my head. Not like, I crush your head, crush, but like, I crush your head, right? Again, sometimes because I'm overstimulated. Mobility issues. Again, the bending over 90, forget it, right? Touching my toes, forget it. Balance can be an issue. Sometimes extending to reach things can be an issue. Mobility, scan, track, categorize, right? So You walk through a store, you got an aisle to the left, aisle to the right, right? Best way I can describe it. So as you're going down the aisle, you've got to scan and track people. Where are these people, right? And then they have little people, right? That's even worse for me because they run in any direction, skitter about. Now, you're trying to walk and scan the shelves for a thing. And then at the same time, maintain effective mobility in a forward direction. Forward and forward, not forward and down, because that means falling. So that can be a bit of an issue at times. So that I need to work on. The meds, right now, I don't need to change up my medication. We might be adding a medication to it. For that, I'll be referred to a specialist and they'll make some better determinations. If that happens, we'll definitely discuss it. I'm not going to discuss it until it happens. Now, activity, right? I'm only good for about 3 to 5 hours a day, right? Really, that's about it, right? Ambient and transient noise, that's the thing. It can scramble my brain on a semi-permanent basis, not like actually scramble my brain, but I become confused. Yes, I know, I'm a man. I know. But man plus stroke confusion, not a good day. Kind of like the case of the missing carrots. I don't know if I should be calling like the Mystery Machine and Scooby-Doo or the Hardy Boys or Nancy Drew, maybe the Alfred Hitchcock, the 3 investigator guys. I don't know, who should I call? Definitely not Ghostbusters. They don't find carrots. Right? Sometimes new environments can be overwhelming. And then we started to discuss return to work. So I'll do another video just on return to work, because that's going to be a fairly lengthy conversation in and of itself. Short news is I'm not returning until at least December-ish, January-ish. Yeah, so my year is probably written off. Now, does that mean I can't go back to work sooner? No, not at all, right? It's possible that I can go back before that option, which the doctor has suggested, but I need another doctor to tell me that's okay. Yeah, so that's now officially become a thing, right? Not keen on it, not happy about it. I need to turn in the right paperwork for work and so everyone's happy. But I'll do that tomorrow. I've got a lot on the plate. Still baking cookies. Unfortunately, someone at work had a bit of a difficult situation. They're doing a bake sale at work, so I figured, well, I'm not working, but I do work there, and you know what? Something small, but something I'm able to do. As long as I don't forget the cookies. So, when I saw the neurologist that saved my life, right, he's really happy, and I'm pleased with the advances I've made so far. Now, as we talked earlier, or I talk, you listen, because it's not like a conversation. As I mentioned earlier, the first 6 weeks are the most gains you're going to make organically. That is just what your body's going to do. Right? That being said, in between 6 weeks and 6 months, now you got to fight for it. Right? Well, I'm going to be given the time to commit to the fight. How am I going to do that? I don't know. Part of it, I'm going to have to go to noisy, strange places and hang out. Part of it, it's going to be physical therapy, right? Getting right with the PT gods. I don't exactly know what that's going to look like, but I'll include you on the journey. So we'll see what happens. There's no guarantees what will or will not happen. I don't have a clue. What I do know is I need to make some decisions for me. And you may not want to, and you're going to end up in the same situation. You're going to have to make decisions that you're basically forced into. Was I expecting to go back to work in September? Yeah, part of me was. I'll be quite honest. I was sort of expecting I'll be able to head back to work on a modified schedule. Was I cognizant that September might not be a realistic reality? Like, this isn't actually going to be a thing? Yeah, I was very cognizant that this might not be a thing, right? But it's I'm not your typical stroke assaulter, right? Because the last job I had in mental health was with acquired brain injury clients. I have an acquired brain injury. That's what a stroke is. It's injured your brain. So I grabbed some of the books I had on rehab strategies, and I would work those strategies. So I've made some gains on my own with some assistance. However, has that come at a cost? Yeah, I've had really shitty days, right? I've had days where, because of the day before or earlier that day, I'm a write-off. No, I don't have small hands. This is just a ridiculously big bug. So, yeah, medically, I'm in a nut, right? I'm not allowed to go back to work. Because I still get confused. And I'm a man who's had a stroke. There are times where transient ambient noise can just play havoc, right, on my brain, and I've got to go home. There are other situations that go that I may not be able to predict, and I've got to find my wall, right? Eventually, I'm going to find it, and then I'm going to decide what to do with said wall. I'm going to pick breach. Yeah, I think I'll pick breach. It's funnier that way. Because I'm not going to bypass it. I'm not going to avoid the wall. It's either through it, over, or under it. I'm not going around it. I'm not going to just like, we'll just hook to the left. No. So, we'll see what happens. I honestly don't know. Okay? But if you've been watching for 7 weeks and want to watch for another 7 more weeks, right, it'll be a thing, right? So, please like, share, and subscribe, because this is where the work begins, right? If I could think of a fitting sports analogy, I would insert one here, but I'm not good with sports analogies, and like I said before, I don't like them for various reasons. But I found a start line I got to get up off of. So I got to bomb up, rock up, and get ready to get off the start line. Right? Once I'm off the start line, it's time to locate the objective, right, and assault it. And then assault through the objective and consolidate and reorg on the other side. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So, please like, share, and subscribe with your friends. And if you don't like, please take the next 7 weeks to decide if this is really for you or not, and then subscribe anyways. Best for me. Okay? And if you happen to see either in you or someone around you the signs or symptoms of a stroke, and say it all together now, because you've heard me say it before: facial droop, slurred or stuttered speech, inappropriate word usage for situation or context, inability to smile properly or effectively, or possibly at all, inability to raise both arms, you're kind of doing this, right? Equally or effectively, inability to stand unaided, body weakness either on one side or generally. Please immediately place that person into a position of comfort and dial 911. Something so simple can save a life.